similarities were actually very different. That was it was full of like Mirror Palladiums and the Elderwald Sages and
Right. I mean, the thing about a deck like Elves, it's much like a deck like Goblins. I mean, yes, there is a thread through them that is similar, but that does not mean they're the same deck.
a lot of similar elves in your elf deck, huh? So Kurt, 6 mana on turn 3, goes ahead and plays Elvish Visionary instead of walking face first into Mana Leak. Now the beats continue.
One of the things that Alex has, Alex is the second most difficult competitor that Kurt might face in this top 8, primarily because he actually has access to targeted removal, which could, at an appropriate time, take care of a important elf to Kurt, like the Archdruid or others.
Now, if you're an Esper mid-range player with no access to Ratchet Bombs or Black Sun Zeniths or Day of Judgments or any kind of sweeper, what's your plan here?
I mean, I think what you end up having to do is just make sure that you keep up counter magic for the really scary threat, and then use targeted removal on the very few cards that are incredibly dangerous. And those would be primarily the really heavy mana accelerators.
The Elvish Archdruid, and then threats like Soul of the Harvest.
Things like that, exactly.
Like you gotta pick your spots. You can't just. Wow. It's going to be interesting later in the game. Snapcaster Mage's ability to recycle those Doom Blades and go for the throat seems crucial.
Now, Alex Neufeldt's list is a lot like Adam Prozac's in that it's a Thought Scour-based list that has a Sun Titan Phantasmal Image endgame. But one of the things that this deck was very weak against in the past was Sword of War and Peace, primarily because it had few ways to stop it. This list looks like it has that same weakness.
Just one O-ring. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit better than some versions of the list which have 0.
Now, what I wonder about is 3 Snapcaster Mages, really? Alex playing just 3 Snapcaster Mages, it seems like, I mean, he has the package. Go for the throw, Doomblade, Mana Leak, Ponder, Thought Scour, Gitaxian Probe.
Yeah, a lot of the reasons a lot of controlling players did not play for Snapcaster Mage was that many of them were eschewing cards like Ponder, but this list runs for Ponder, and it runs on top of that Thought Scour and Gitaxian Probe. So it does become a question mark about what he cut or what he fit in to make that cut, and whether that was the right call.
And here we see, is that Thought Scour flipping the Miser's Lingering Souls? With 1 Lingering Souls in the deck, the exact thing you want to do when you don't have white mana. Oh, no, he does have the white hidden under Darkslick Shore, though, doesn't he? But either way, Kurt, able to play around Mana Leak very effectively.
And right here, this Green Suns for 3 can get an Azuri or an Archdruid, either of which would be very difficult for Alex to deal with. The Archdruid is actually more scary.
It's interesting. The Archdruid gives him more action now, but like, if he gets Azuri, what can Alex even do about it?
Oh, double Mana Leak in this case for the Green Suns. Yes, if he gets the Azuri, if Kurt has enough mana, that turn he can immediately use the Overrun ability and potentially be able to protect his overrunning elves. But I think what Alex has to do
is just
hope that the Azuri can be killed right then, and that it's not enough to kill him right then.
Yeah. Either way, that's the kind of battle Kurt wants to be doing. If he can draw out 2 Mana Leaks with this 1 Green Sun Zenith, that's a good sign for the next threat.
Yeah, if you are just joining us, I'm Adrian Sullivan with Patrick Chapin, and we're watching the combo Elves deck here, pushing against Esper midrange, probably its second hardest matchup in this top 8.
Here, Kurt Crane sticks his one of his hallmark cards, the Soul of the Harvest. He's been playing around Mana Leak this entire game. Last turn, he drew out double Mana Leak on his Green Sun Zenith for 3. Now the Soul of the Harvest sticks, which means that every turn that goes by that Alex doesn't have a Doomblade or a Go for the Throat, things are going to get much worse and much faster. So Restoration Angel blinks Snapcaster Mage, which Alex uses as a Mana Leak, just to tap Kurt out. What do you think about that play right there? I mean, maybe he just wanted to commit the creature to the board anyway.
I mean, he needs to get something going that can serve as a quasi defense against these other guys.
But why not Thought Scour yourself instead of Mana Leak? If you don't, Oh, he just already has it and just wants to prevent the cantrip?
That could make sense, yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, either way, he's going to be down a card, so to speak, right? Except for in one way, Kurt will be one card deeper.
Well,
Okay.
but, well.
And the Mana Leak is basically dead at that point, right?
But it's not a Mana Leak, it's a Thought Scour?
Right, that's true, that's true.
Now, as it turns out, Kurt had the Village Bellringer, which was the exact one card, but maybe he just reads him for it.
A little eager look from Kurt, something like that.
Alex at least has him on a clock now.
Ponder, fishy ponder.
Now, what do you think about Alex's 25 land? It's always, it's always a little dicey with some of these decks to have to play more mana just because they have, less threats to work with. But he does have a much stronger endgame with Sun Titan topping out the deck.
I guess I don't have too much of a problem with that, largely because it does make his ponders more scary in a certain point in the game.
There's a better thing you can find.
Yeah.
Plus, he does 2 of the 25 are Vault of the Archangels, which can be.
Those are spells, right? Like those are.
But he doesn't have Moral on Haunt though.
Here we
so
have.
Not even...
Here we have our first elf attack, or in a while anyway. Another angel. Alex is looking to be in good shape here.
Absolutely. Particularly if this really is an angel instead of a.
Uh-oh.
It is.
Targets the Thought Scour this time. Blocks Land Werewolf, takes 2, doubles his clock, at least. And Kurt says go. Oh, this is looking really bad for Kurt now.
So what does a Genesis Wave do next turn?
It could do something amazing.
Like that's 9. It's still a full-on Genesis Wave for 6, right? But at this point, I mean,
the clock might be fast enough that it might not matter.
Because it's pretty much got to be next turn.
Yeah.
He makes his move, or he'll be dead in the air. Before it'll be nearly inevitable.
And here
Theoretically,
he can
still
cast
do it
Lingering
2
Souls
turns.
from the yard too, and put the actual 8 into play in the air.
Still has the bird, but that's a very that's a very short-term solution.
And he says pass. That's 8 damage in the air and 8 life for Kurt Crane.
So he
I
does
see a
have
Green Sun Zenith.
Yeah, he's got some Bell Ringers, which he could play for free if he wanted. And he's got the Green Sun Zenith.
In the main deck, there are no Thrag Tusks or anything like that.
He doesn't have anything that can stabilize in the air, right?
Nothing in the air, main deck. He can Restoration Angel, but he has to find it naturally. He obviously can't Green Suns for it.
And unfortunately, he's a mana short of being able to Green Sun Zenith for a Soul to harvest and start going off. Because he'd have, if he Green Suns for it, he'll only have 2 left, 1 too few for the Bell Ringer. This has got to be for 2 to get a Visionary, right? Or is he just putting him out?
Yeah.
Huh.
I think he's going to try to go for a Crater Hoof Behemoth. That's not quite enough. No, he doesn't have enough mana for that.
No, I think.
Well, actually, a Crater Hoof Behemoth. With the Visionary, if he just
He's
goes all in...
even tapping the bird.
If he goes all in, he can kill Alex with it.
Right.
And Alex has the counterspell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because what he would get is he would have Arbor Elf, Bird of Paradise, Village Bellringer, Elvish Visionary, and the Crater Hoof Behemoth for 14 trample from the Behemoth and 8 trample from the Elvish Visionary for 22.
He doesn't have 9 creatures, does he?
He would have 7 with the Behemoth.
And it's a 5/5? So
it's 12.
Yeah, it's 12.
12 plus 8, because the Visionary would get to go +7 as well. So,
Wow.
okay. If you're just joining us, you just
Very
missed
close.
the really, really cool attempt from Kurt Crane. He was suppressed by
Quadruple mana leak.
yeah, quadruple mana leaks from Esper Midrange, and we're going to come back to them after we offer up the prizes that we offer up every top 8 for every one of our Star City Games events, at least in the most recent era, where we're giving away in the finals a similar prize, but a little bit of a kind of a ticket to Good Time Island is what I've been calling it. But right now, for this round, the prize for getting the correct answer to our trivia question that we go every semifinals. 6 free months, as Patrick has gestured there. 6 free months of Star City Games Premium. All you have to do is tweet with this hashtag SCG Premium, the correct answer to a trivia question. One lucky person amongst those who tweet with that hashtag and the correct answer will be given 6 free months of Premium.
So, question for this round. What is the fastest alleged kill from the tournament yesterday in turns? You know, like what turn was the fastest kill? And what turn will the fastest kill be today for today's tournament? This is a predictive one. But fortunately, we have a direct line to the future.
It's true. For this question, you not only have to be a prognosticator, but you also have to be able to remember the past. So, what kill was the fastest alleged kill that we've talked about already this morning and also yesterday throughout the day? Fastest alleged kill we saw. And if you'd like to throw in the fastest kill you expect will be happening today, throw that in too. I think that the prize will go to the first question answer, but you have to have a second answer as well.
Dude, it's... Come on.
SCG Premium, hashtag SCG Premium. And let's go back to our match in progress. So Kurt Crane has to be a little bit disappointed there. This is not necessarily a terrible matchup for him. Things kind of just went the wrong way.
Yeah, I mean, his opponent only has 3 mana leaks in deck. He drew all 3 and even reused 1. Had the removal spell for the Soul of the Harvest. He played around all the mana leaks and still wasn't quite enough.
Was playing around the mana leaks the wrong call? Did he give Alex too much time? Should he just have been jamming it?
I wouldn't have had anything to jam. Everything he had got mana leaked anyway. If he had just been walking face first into it, Alex would have just had another 2 more mana leaks because he played around it. He caused Alex to, like 2 of Alex's mana leaks to, like 4 mana leaks only stopped 2 spells.
Okay. So Kurt Crane, I think he's going to bring in Thalia.
Yeah.
Thalia is a great card in this matchup. Really, really slows down Alex in so many different ways. And I also would not be surprised to see Crushing Vines at a plummet. But he doesn't want to go too far down the path of answers.
Yeah, I'm not even sure, like, does he... I mean, I guess he might want... I don't think he would want plummet, but he might want Crushing Vines because it can also hit a Golem. But he doesn't want to be too reactive.
Yeah.
Like, his opponent doesn't even have... I mean, I guess his opponent might have the one Sword of Feast and Famine, but his opponent doesn't even have Delvers.
On the other side of the world, Dissipate seems pretty promising for Alex.
Absolutely.
And other than that...
I like Jace Memory Adept. I think in a matchup like this, if you can stick Jace Memory Adept at like the games are ideally you're gonna stall the game out a little bit and just try to hang out and have one of your flyers winning in the air. In a situation like this, Jace's ability to just give you an extra card every turn. I mean, his opponent's deck isn't super capable of taking a Jace off the table. Additionally, I actually like Negate. Now there isn't like a huge swath of targets, but 4 Green Sun Zeniths and 4 Genesis Waves are some high quality targets.
Those are targets that you really don't want resolving. I also like Negate here.
And then finally, Sword of Feast and Famine, just because it can help punch you through, but importantly, it's a nice tempo play. Around turn 5, it gives you a way to commit something to the board that can win the game for you without tapping out.
Okay. Kurt Crane.
You might even bring in another O-Ring, just to have another answer to Elvish Archdruid or Soul of the Harvest, you know? I think you will, because I don't think he needs a lot of this, like, he's got a lot of cards in his main deck, like, he can trim down on Sun Titan, and he doesn't need as much, he certainly doesn't need the Phantasmal images, you know? And the Blade Splicer, he can trim all these a little bit. Lingering Souls, even. As funny as it sounds, Lingering Souls is not super effective in this matchup.
I mean,
It's not the worst. It's still fine. I mean,
like, what does it do for you, really? It, in this case, gave him 1 extra turn on the clock, but only because he was really fortunate in that he ended up milling it,
scouring it, yeah.
and having it just be there for later when he was ready and had 1,000,000 mana available.
The top 8 of these, still best 2 out of 3. Kurt's deck very capable of winning from any position, so a good mana draw is pretty much all he's asking for. Doesn't look like he has any white mana though. Oh no, he does. Alex leading off with another Dark Slick Shore.
Alex with no tragic slips here, and Kurt knows it. Oh my goodness.
The quick turn 2
Thalia
Thalia.
and attack.
Did he not play an Arbor Elf? I can only assume that there has to just be known Arbor Elves in his hand. He would.
And image on Thalia.
Oh, that's right. Well, good that he kept the images in for the Thalias to come. Jesus. Definitely a good call on the images.
Okay, and looks like 2 more elves and take 1. And now Alex, with 3 mana, can do most of the plays in his deck. Restoration Angel is outside of reach still.
No, you can just cast Restoration Angel.
I mean Alex.
Oh, Alex,
Yeah,
Alex,
yeah.
right.
Kurt Crane, access to 5 mana right now.
So he's got that Green Sun Zenith. What else has he got going on? Is it 2 Green Sun Zeniths?
Green Suns and Restoration Angels, it looks like. And they come with the beats.
What do you think of attacking first here? Instead of playing around Mana Leak? Or is he just not going to cast anything?
I think he might not cast anything. The only thing that's going to punish him for it is a Forbidden Alchemy. Yep, and then he passes. I don't have a problem with that play.
The Esper mid-range showing us the meeting spot between Callblade, or I guess between Delver and Solar Flare. He's even got Unburial Rights in his sideboard.
See another land from Kurt. This is 6 mana now. He's got 2 angels.
Any chance of attack for 2?
Oh,
And then
I
cast Angel?
like attack for 2 there, but attack for 3, unless he's got a Bell Ringer, that seems like that was not the right play. You can attack for 2 and then save your elf and get an angel into play.
Or, in this case, now cast Green Sun Zenith for 3. Because your opponent tapped out.
I like Alex's position now. Esper midrange really emerged as a development off of kind of the Sam Black blue-white midrange list, which to my mind took some of Sam's ideas to their logical conclusions.
When you said those shirts were falling apart, you meant the one you still had is falling apart.
Green Suns for 2 from Kurt Crane.
These are tight. I fixed it. 5 years old.
A Green Suns for 2 for Elvish Visionary, perhaps?
Yeah, at this point he's got enough Restoration Angels that he just wants to bite the bullet and get on with it. You know, get something out of those angels because he wants to block with them.
Yeah, I mean, he could have 1 more elf right now and be doing it for 3 with protection.
There is yet another Green Sun Zenith. Forbidden Alchemy.
This alchemy, very, very dangerous for Kurt. Ponder, Mana Leak, and Thought Scour, I think, are passed by. 6 mana. 6
Sun
mana. Sun Titan, Phantasmal Image on the Sun Titan. And no other targets. Wow. Kill me, I'm here. In for 3.
Well, Kurt has 2 turns before things slip wildly out of control.
I think the first order of business is getting an Archdruid into play.
The alternative is to just play Birds of Paradise and then Restoration Angel and Elvish Visionary. Looks like he needs the big mana. He figures he's got 2 turns. This turn he'll get as much mana as possible. Next turn he will go and just as a reminder to everybody, when you tweet your answer at us, it has to include what turn was the fastest alleged kill from yesterday, and what is the fastest kill for today going to be. The today is mostly flavor text, honestly. You and I both know it's going to be turn 1. It's Belcher. Come on.
And look at this. He got Azuri. Wow. Look at, there's that vault for Alex. Yikes.
Snapcaster Mage.
Snapcaster Ponder? Yep, Snapcaster Ponder.
What do you think of using Snapcaster for Ponder here, trying to look for a Doomblade or go for the throw instead of just saving it for a mana leak?
I think it's not unreasonable.
Oh wait, no, he went and got Azuri, not Elvish Archdruid.
Yeah. Alex is threatening a potential kill next turn.
Seems
In
like
comes everybody. And Phantasmal Image and Island.
he tapped the vault. He could have left up mana for the Vault of the Archangel. 12 to 18 life here ensures that Azuri isn't doing anything.
And also Phantasmal Image copying Azuri. What does that do? Oh, it's a legend.
That's a legend? Well, he has the O-ring anyway. So things are grim.
I think that we're going to see Kurt Crane taken down here by Alex Neufeldt. This deck that Alex is playing has primarily gotten, I guess, its real attention in Standard as a Delver killer. I definitely saw this deck in Alex's hands take down Matt Costa yesterday, amongst many other players who have some fair renown.
So he draws a Soul of the Harvest. He's got a few things to work with. There's a Birds of Paradise.
Yeah, it seems like that attack for 3. That attack for 3 earlier was a pretty critical moment when he lost his Llanowar Elf to a Restoration Angel.
So Alex up to 9 mana with a Sun Titan and 2 images of it, a Restoration Angel and a Snapcaster Mage, putting a lot of pressure on Kurt. Kurt Crane, playing the breakout deck of the tournament, Alpha Wave, has Elvish Visionary, Birds of Paradise, Arbor Elf, Llanowar Elf, Restoration Angel, 5 land, several cards in hand. He's up against the ropes, but he still has a bunch of tricks up his sleeve. We saw a Soul of the Harvest and a Green Sun Zenith and a mystery card in his hand still. Still hoping for his namesake Genesis Wave. Although I guess he is 1 mana short of it being really wild. Makes me wonder if he was supposed to Greenson Zenith last turn for 1. Who knows? So he can, even if he Crater Hoofs, if he Crater Hoofs next turn, that's push for 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, he's going to have to block 1 Sun Titan here. If Alex attacks with everything, he's actually going to have to block 2. Crater Hoof isn't going to do it. It has been pointed out that Sun Titan is in play, and Alex has only 1 white mana.
Oh boy. Wow.
And
Okay.
gonna get to the bottom of it.
Now, one of the things to realize about, I expect what's going to happen is that Sun Titan is going to stick. One of the things to realize is that when it comes to these situations, it's very, very likely that Alex just gaffed. You know, the intentionality is an important part of a lot of elements of whether or not what somebody's doing is considered worthy of a certain kind of punishment or not. And when you can't determine that intentionality, then in this case, I expect most likely that Sun Titan is going to stick.
Well, like, it can only be one of 2 ways. Either Alex is DQ'd for cheating, or it was a mistake, but he gets a warning, it stays in play. It's unfortunate, and things go on. Thank you to everybody in the Twitterverse who helped notify the judges of the situation.
If you're just joining us right now, we're in Game 2 of this semifinal match between Kurt Crane and Alex Neufeldt, and we're attempting to resolve a essentially problem with mana on that Sun Titan. It should not have managed to make it into play, and yet there it is. Mana requirements for Sun Titan are too white, so. And Alex Neufeldt has another white source in his hand he's showing to everybody. So he could have theoretically laid that at some other point.
For what it's worth, obviously, you know, still a mix-up, but it is not the worst defense, particularly if you were a person who was doing it opportunistically earlier and didn't have it and then eventually drew the Glacial Fortress. You're also the person who's likely to play the Glacial Fortress as soon as possible and
just to cover your tracks.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I'm pretty sure that this was just an inadvertent mistake.
Yeah, particularly since, you know, lots of different lands, Vault of the Archangel.
Yeah, these players
high pressure situation.
were here very late last night and had to get up at probably a fairly early hour to be here for the 8 a.m. broadcast, so. I don't know about you, Patrick, but I know I'm tired. 12 hours of Magic yesterday. These players were playing the whole time. It's a hard decision here in terms of, okay. I see our head judge coming on over to us, and so I think we're going to have a moment with him. And he's going to just take a quick seat here to talk to us about what's happening.
All right.
Hi.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
You want to fill us in?
So the situation we've got here is that we have a problem where Sun Titan was cast a couple turns ago without double white. We are now in a position where, if this happened in a regular position, we definitely couldn't rewind the game state to fix this, because we're talking about something that happened quite a long time ago, something where we have had quite a lot of game action going on, and we're not going to be able to back that up. I'm coming over here to check with you guys as we've got this on camera to see if you might be able to give us a little extra information about what might have happened, so I can attempt to back this up. But that's kind of the position now. I've told the player we probably aren't going to be backing up, but I want to check in with what you've got on video, if we might have some any additional information.
So yeah, I guess. Yeah,
I guess I'm going to go over talk to your guy,
and then
I'll
take a
give
look
you
at
an
the instant
update.
replay.
Thank you very much.
Wow. Magic in the era of the instant replay.
You know, it's interesting because I think about moments in sport where instant replay was kind of viewed as a real negative to the game. Only one card in Kurt's hand. It's not like he can protect it. Ooh,
There's
swamp!
that black mana.
Oh, the only swamp in the deck.
So what do you think about how aggressive of an attack that was? He's on the offensive?
Well, in a race, isn't he ahead?
He is.
So, I mean, what this attack does, right,
Just
is it
force Alex
turns
to stay
out...
home?
Yeah, force Alex to stay home. Buy time.
Strong attack.
And Alex says go.
Kurt was hoping it was a land. From the looks of it, it's not. So now, where do we go from here?
I can't see what the spell he has is.
Is it Soul of the Harvest?
It looks like Soul of the Harvest. I think you're
No,
right.
it's just a tap land.
Oh, okay.
So he waits one turn. Yeah, the card in his hand was Genesis Wave, so it's if he waits one turn, he can wave for 6.
Do you just go all in with it?
Well, you certainly don't wave for 3 and play around Mana Lake. I think it's just a question of, do you, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, do you...
Oof. Dead Angel. Wow, and now a sort of Feast and Famine would actually strip Kurt of the ability to go for it.
Yeah, I think you just have to wave for 6, and if he's got Mana Lake or Negate, he's got Mana Lake or Negate.
Here you go.
Alright, wave for 7.
That's 7 seems better than 4.
You could also just wait. If you wait for 2 more mana, now you can actually play around Leak. He's going for it.
I like it.
He puts
I
all
mean,
his chips in the center of the table. This is what I got.
Oh, he's
no,
doing for 4. Wow.
He's not. He just wants the value. He says, "You look way too smug. You are a man with a mana leak, or or a Snapcaster."
He's like, I guess so. Well, let's see what 4 does. All into play. And a draw. Make some mana. Seemed like a mistake just not making a
No kidding.
3 mana.
No
He
kidding.
could have potentially cast another creature off of that, like, say, an Elvish Archdruid. I have to say, Genesis Wave, one of the best card advantage engines that are available in Standard right now. Unfortunately, it does make you do some stuff to your deck to make sure that the Genesis Wave actually works. Okay, let's pretend you attack with everything here. What are you doing? You're throwing away one
Llanowar
creature
Elf.
at least.
You throw away a Llanowar Elf to trade 1/1s and get 3 points of damage through. It's not actually clear that that's a bad deal.
Is that terrible? I mean, there's a Snapcaster. I think we're going to see Snapcaster on...
Go for the throw. Is it Thalia?
Looks like it. Oh, maybe. I can't tell, actually.
He's definitely going to throw at somebody. Question is, whom? Is it Thalia or is it Lana or Elf? Or is it Bird of Paradise? It's probably not Bird of Paradise. It is
Thalia.
And Kurt correctly reads that Alex was holding a Snapcaster Mage.
I mean, there are so many cards that that Alex could have. I believe we had not seen... Oh, we had seen the Mana Leak yet. So there were 3 Mana Leaks left and... pardon me, 2 Mana Leaks left and 3 Snapcasters. That's 5 cards at this point in the game. Kurt draws. Remember, 2 cards in hand now because the Visionary that came into play gave him a free card. That card that he got was a Forest from it, and he drew another card. I'm not sure what it is in his hand, but he doesn't seem too happy with it. And now what he's doing is he's looking at the potential for starting this race against, who knows, could there be another Angel? Could there be an Angel in hand? I think you just have to go in with everybody and say, well, if you got the Angel, you got the Angel. Unless you have a spell in hand that's worth casting.
Yeah, I mean, he certainly can't just be sitting here taking 3 a turn. Like, he's got to make some forward progress.
And he says go, and there's the Angel. It gets another Golem out. 6 in the air, and that would be 3 swings in order to actually finish Kurt off. And remember, the bird actually also changes that math a little bit.
Yep, that's a healing salve on layaway. Interestingly, the Village Bellringer's ability to Horn Turtle it up coming into play here.
Village Bellringer is one of the secret best cards from Innistrad Limited. A lot of people thought it was good. It's actually one of the best cards from that Limited.
Really?
Oh, yeah. That 4-butt means that the air is all that matters sometimes. And then the ability to Trixie it out and do mean things. Oh, man. My thanks to Matt Severa for teaching me this lesson and teaching many of the Madison people this lesson over time. Another Blade Splicer. There are a lot of golems there. That looks like, well, there have been. One's already been killed. So we have a total of 6 power in the air, and we have a total of 10 power on the ground for Alex Neufeldt. What do we got there? Is that an Angel?
Restoration Angel. It is.
I think we're going to see a main phase Angel.
Oh, it's Thalia.
Oh, it's Thalia.
It's unfortunate.
That's too bad.
I think you still play it. Like, I know he's not excited about it, and he's thinking that he wants to. But like, if he plays it, he can still Genesis Wave of Green Sun for DI, and he could always chunk with it.
Yeah.
Stick it out there. We're not, nobody's happy to be in this situation, but
And it looks
now that you're here,
it looks to me like right now Alex Neufeldt is going to win this match 3-0. Land go.
he decides not to play the Thalia.
And at this point, Ponder. This could be a moment where the game ends. Just takes a Sword of Feast and Famine. Actually, that's not quite
No,
correct. Pardon me. The
still
bird can
can
kill the
chunk
other one.
It's going to be tight. Kurt's going to have to. Soul the Harvest won't do it. Oh, he's saving Thalia in case he draws Soul the Harvest.
There we go. There we go.
So at this point, he's pretty much got a. I mean, Green Sun Zenith will do it for Craterhoof Behemoth.
Yes, a Green Sun Zenith will do it.
And Genesis Wave will almost surely do it. Is that it? Is it just the spells? I mean, that means negate. If Alex can find a negate. I mean, obviously, he could also just draw the one Craterhoof Behemoth.
Actually, that would be crazy. Off the top. The Beamer. And Alex shuffles.
He's going to have to shuffle every time.
If you're just joining us, I'm Adrian Sullivan. Here with
Patrick Chapin.
Here with Patrick Chapin, and we are at SCG Live on Twitter. Hashtag SCGNY to talk about all of the things going on this weekend. You can catch everybody here. You can catch Ricky Hayashi if you want, Callie Anderson, Jeremy Noel, all kinds of people here that are the SCG crew. Hashtag SCGNY to talk with us, to talk with each other. At SCG Live to directly be talking to us specifically.
Alex, Snapcaster's a ponder.
Wow, he really wants to find something. He's like he knows, just wants to lock it up.
Yeah, let's just end it.
Find the right card here.
Just 2 angels. Kurt drops to 1 life, knowing his opponent has no Vapor Snags. Do or die, everything's coming to this draw phase.
We're gonna see a hand extended very soon. Oh!
Wow.
Oh!
Wow.
Oh boy, is this it? Oh.
Unbelievable. Kurt wasn't even expecting the miracle that time.
Oh, do you have it? Is it over?
Show me the Crater Hoof. Wow.
Boom! Crater Hoof Behemoth. Doomblade. Yeah, he's like, no, that guy's not around. He's not around to give the bonus, so what do you got?
They're all +8, +8. I mean, surely he's dead.
Well, Alex has 6 blockers.
All trample. Wow. Unbelievable.
Yeah, they gain trample. Trample and +X. Here we have
Miraculous.
a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures with +8. That is, wow. That's it.
That's the match. Alex
Oh.
extends the hand. Kurt Crane is advancing to the
Oh my goodness gracious.
finals. He knew he had,
Wow.
he knew his outs, and all he can really do is play to him.
And I mean, we have to put up, you know, just an amazing salute here to Alex Neufeldt. Alex, who basically had this match locked up on paper, but didn't want to win it on paper. He wanted to win it in his heart. And he's like, you know, that Sun Titan, yeah, the judge is saying I can have it in play, but I didn't have the match.